just a teenager.
You're just a teenager.
You're just a teenager.
You're just a teenager.
My name is Jeremy Poindexter, and I'm in 11th grade.
Marianne, and I'm in 9th grade.
I'm Hannah Lanning, and I'm in 9th grade.
I am Savannah Ferguson, and I'm in 9th grade.
Somebody that's trying to like sneak behind their parents' back and, you know, just find some way to get in trouble or have fun in a bad way.
Who wants to party and have sex and break the rules and go against the law, that too.
I feel like a lot of the world describes a teenager as someone who hasn't really found their place in the world yet and going through a lot of struggles, you know, rebellious.
I think it's someone who, they're not exactly an adult yet, so they can't be treated like an adult, but they also can't be treated like a kid.
I have been told I'm just a teenager because, you know, that people just think that teenagers are dumb, I guess. And it made me feel like degraded and like just wanting to get done with this part of my life.
I don't know, like, when they said that, I was like, you know, I can't really get up and do anything because I can't drive, so I can't really go anywhere, you know? So it's just like, you can't make a difference if you're just a kid.
Yeah, I've been told that. Like, I mean, I've told like my parents that I've wanted to do things, and like other adults and friends, you know, like go on mission trips and try to do like good Christian things around my school, and they're just like, you're just a teenager. You can't do that kind of thing.
I was told that I was just a teenager because I wanted to help do things around the community because I didn't feel like we were doing very much, and I asked this person to help me do this, and they were like, no, you probably can't do that because you're just a teenager.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it can save people's lives, like, not like their actual like earth life, but like their spiritual life and like their afterlife, like when you go to heaven and stuff.
Definitely. I feel like God has a say over anything that happens on this earth, and his people have that much power as well.
Sometimes, but then other times I do make a difference, and it could be in the small things or the big things, like, you know, doing stuff at the church.
Like, a lot of social media and that kind of thing in general revolves around teenagers, and so teenagers have a lot of say over what happens on the internet.
I feel like in society, like what adults think, that teenagers are just these people who are disrespectful and they like to go party and stuff, but not everybody's like that. So it's just, being a teenager is not bad, but it's what people view about teenagers.
I've been made fun of, and when I went to public school, for just, you know, trying to follow God's rules, but in public school it's harder, I would say, than homeschooling.
Well, my sister, it was an atheist in her English class, and their teacher asked them to state stuff that they didn't like about somebody. And he got up and he said, I don't like when people are open about their faith. And then he was like, sorry, Heidi.
I remember this one time I was in band class and I was wearing one of my Christian shirts, and it said, was blind, now I see, and it had like a little icy bear on it. And they were like, what's with your shirt? And I was like, I'm a Christian. They were like, that's lame.
I would say about an 8, because there's so many different opinions about God and Christianity that, you know, it's just hard to have your own.
I think like a 7. Well, it's just like so many people think so many different things, and they're all going against what you think. So you have to stand up for what you believe in, and that's kind of hard whenever they're like more popular or whatever than you. So
I'd say about an 8.
Well, with Christian teenagers, I would just like to change their point of view that, like, not all of them are fake. And then just with teenagers, just like to give them more chances and not just to degrade them and tell them that they're not good enough to be something that they want to be.
The way they act around other people, like they change their personalities and what they believe in depending on what group of friends they're hanging out with. And like they go to church and they get all hyped up for church, but then they go to a party and they drink and have sex. So nobody views Christians as somebody different than what everybody else sees as other people.
Like, I feel like the way people see Christian teenagers is that we're only here because our parents make us come to church and because they want us to grow up and be like that. But most of us are here because we want to be here and we want to follow God and we believe that He has saved us.
I'm not just a teenager.
I'm not just a teenager.
I'm not just a teenager.
I am not just a teenager.
My age
It does not define.
The things I can do,
Or will do.
I can do great things.
I can do great things.
I can do great things.